Legislators and members of the National Working Committee of the All Progressives Congress converge in Abuja to discuss issues affecting the party and the country. Prominent among those absent is the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Yakubu Dogara. The national chairman of the party kickstarts the event with a renewed call on the Senate President, Senator Bukola Saraki, to resign or be impeached.
I also know that it is the wish of all our senators elected on the platform of our party that we cannot be subjected to minority rule in the Nigeria Senate. And therefore, whether it is convenient for distinguished Senator Saraki or not, the truth is, whether by morality or by law or by convention, distinguished Senator Saraki can only avoid impeachment by towing the path of honor, step down, so that APC can take over the leadership of the House.
The majority leader of the House of Representatives and his counterpart in the Senate used the occasion to appeal to the leadership of the National Assembly to reconvene soon.
So I want to appeal, use this opportunity to appeal to the presiding officers to allow us to convene the House for this singular purpose. It's just a one-day exercise so that we can all go on our holiday.
We don't pass the budget request. It serves the PDP very well, but it doesn't serve us at all.
The meeting, which later went into a closed-door session, is aimed at reappraising the commitment of the party to ensure that good governance is delivered to Nigerians.
Where positions are tied to party is the others. Majority leader, majority whip, their deputies, minority leader, minority whip, their deputies. Those ones are purely party-based, purely. That's why it's the caucus of the party in the chamber that elects and submits the name. But the presiding officers, the president and his deputy, the speaker and his deputy, is election one amongst equal, irrespective of party affiliation. Therefore, Senator Bukola Saraki, Ekoramadu, Dogara should be left alone because they are elected based on provisions of the Constitution, and their continuing stay, irrespective of the party they belong to, is constitutional, is lawful, and is democratic.
Welcome back. Well, the matter just won't go away. We're focusing on it again today. We've got two gentlemen here with us in the studios. Akin Oyebode is a professor of international law. Thank you for coming on this morning, sir. And we have Kingston Moghalu, who is the presidential aspirant of YPP. Thank you for coming on as well today.
Thank you.
Well, this matter, who knows if it will ever go away before or after elections. But it's right there in our faces. The politicians are going at each other with this particular matter. But Prof, what's your impression of how they are going about this in any way?
For me, it's like the theater of the absurd. It bespeaks political underdevelopment and then immaturity, almost to the extreme. The fact that we refuse to grow up, politically speaking, and we are not cognizant of what the rest of the world thinks of us. See, Nigeria is a very important country, taken very seriously by some other people, except ourselves. So that's why, in the life of me, I don't understand what's going on. befuddled by the display of crass opportunism, ignorance, and of course, mischief-making at the highest levels. And for me, it's going to, in fact, dispirit majority of Nigerians who might think that politics in this country is an impossible proposition. I was talking with Kingsley before we came on set that Nigeria should be grateful to have people like him who still have faith and confidence in the political system, so much so that he's putting his very life on the line to have or create a turnaround in the fortunes of Nigeria. Many of our young people are completely disillusioned. Okay? Now we have 91 parties.
Yeah.
Who are we impressing? I mean, we're just a bunch of jokers.
And they said there may be more before 2019 elections.
No, they said that for now they've stopped.
Oh, okay.
Maybe when they hit 100, they will now say, we should not carry the joke too far. But quite sincerely, as I said, it's an absurdity. I mean, we are rational people, we have brains, there's something between our ears, but the way we are carrying on, it's like a circus. And I'm not amused, quite sincerely.
But is there anything wrong with having more than the normal political parties that we had in the first place, having 91 now?
No, 91, as I said, is an absurdity. Maybe when they get to 200, they will stop or something. But it has neither rhythm nor style. What point is INEC trying to prove? And you can't blame INEC. You look at the Electoral Act, because the way we fashioned our laws has not restricted all sorts of comedians and comics from throwing their hearts into the ring. In other systems that we know of, you might put a minimum that a party should score in an election in order to continue to be relevant. Maybe 5%, 2%. Now it's an all-comers game, and when or where is it going to stop?
Yeah, we'll come to that subsequently as we progress. But Dr. Moghalu, this is, as Prof was talking about, you still have faith in the system, because we have a lot of young people, they tell us this almost every time, that they just don't understand how politics is played this way. You are delving into this. Why do you want to do that?
I'm delving into politics not because I have faith in the system as it currently works, but because I have a vision to turn the system around to the way it should work for all of us, working with Nigerians around the country. I believe there is hope for Nigeria. I have not given up hope. I have been successful in life, but I don't think my personal success matters when I see so much poverty around the country. And I just felt I needed to do something about it. It's a patriotic, push that is leading me into this, because there is no other way to fix this country other than for people who have, like the professor said, something between their ears to really come to positions of political responsibility. Serving as a technocrat under political brigands will never take Nigeria anywhere. You can't go far. And I've been a technocrat in this country. I recognize that the real problem lies at the level of elected political leaders. Unless the right kinds of people have the political legitimacy of being elected into office, Nigeria will not change. And that's why I am in this, to try to become elected to serve Nigeria as president the way Nigeria should be managed.
You know, Prof said something about an immature democracy.
Yes.
When Chairman put the question forward about the removal of a Senate president.
That's right.
Now, you want to come in to move that system, but I'm thinking that, although there are those who would think that the drafters, or those that thought about the Constitution, looked at the democracy and what it ought to be, and then thought that these processes need to be properly outlined. Do you think the Constitution is not enough to guide these elected officials who are in office, and that they are reading it, or maybe they're not reading it well?
Well, the Constitution, first of all, as it currently stands, I believe, needs to be fundamentally overhauled. We don't have a people's constitution. We don't have a national philosophy. We don't have a national ambition around which Nigerians can unite, you know, to be able to take Nigeria to the next level. So I think a lot of more fundamental work needs to be done. But that work cannot be done by the current crop of politicians in leadership.
If I may come in here.
Yeah.
If the Constitution says this is the index finger,
yeah,
and it has to be followed
Absolutely.
that way, if it's not followed through, do you think amending the Constitution, well, let's be specific here,
yeah,
removal of a Senate president,
sure,
by 2/3 majority, that's what the Constitution says, section
yeah,
50 or thereabout.
Yes.
If that is not followed through as it is,
yes,
and the politicians
no,
are
it must be followed as it is, because for now, it is the extant law that governs this country. So we must follow the Constitution. I was going to another level of solutions. But of course, the Constitution currently that we have, we must follow it. Anything outside of it is unconstitutional. I mean, we ought to be a nation of laws, not a nation of men. But today we have in power in this country a government that seeks to be a government of men and not a government of laws. Impunity reigns in this country. But the solution is where I am at. Nigerians must fundamentally retire the present political leadership class in Nigeria if this country is to go forward. They must look away from the APC and the PDP and look at a new crop of younger generation leaders who have a vision, who have experience to be able to fix our basic problems. We don't have light, we don't have water, we don't have good health system. Our educational systems have collapsed, and people are busy monkeying around, cross-carpeting from one party to the other. I am sorry, just for their own interest. These politicians have no care about you or me. They're only interested in themselves. The question is, when will Nigerians wake up to this absurd reality?